Guys, welcome along to the GT4 Rumble Season 2. Tonight we're at round 2, so it's all the twos. Racing tonight is from Belle, the infamous street circuit in Detroit. We've slightly tweaked the format for tonight's event. Originally we were going to have two 30-minute races, but we've now gone with the option of 3 shorter sprint races, so 3 11-lap races. Boys are currently down on track, just nearly finished their practice session. They've got about 6.5 minutes of practice remaining before they get into their solo qualifying, followed by, the 3 short races. So let's have a look and see who's setting the world on fire. So at the moment we can see it's Trent Laves in Group A. Oh, sorry, Trent Lavis. Sorry, Trent. Moz Moroz. Glenn Boyd currently in 3rd. And it looks like it's Wayne Losh. Michael Polly is in the wrong group. Michael, why have you gone back to Group B? Right, let's see if we can fix that on the fly. Not sure why it keeps doing this to me, but it's an easy fix, so we can do that while the racing gets underway. That fixes that up, so Michael Polly is actually in 5th. Who else have we got that potentially it's in the wrong group? I've got a sneaking suspicion that... Where's Dean Logsdale? Nope, Dean is in the correct group, so it's only Michael Polly at this stage. I believe that's because Mick didn't race with us last week, so I'm putting that one back on Mick for the time being. All right, now that we've got that sorted, use our scenic drone to get a bit of an idea of the layout. But still, let's get down on track and see what the boys are up to. Some new cameras for tonight. Camera department's been hard at work this week, setting everything up. Hopefully we cover most of the action. If it's anything like our GT3 race last night, there will be plenty of action. Bit of a disaster, I was being honest, but we survived. Hence the change in tonight's format. In fact, we were having some issues with some pit stops, etc. last night. Like Dean Logsdale sticking with the Merc in GT4. He's seen the light and gone over to the Porsche in the GT3s, but sticking with the big Merc in the GT4s, at least for the time being. Weather conditions tonight are clearing skies, so we would expect that the track temp will go up during the night, during the races, I should say. Testing out some of these cameras, make sure that everything is working before we get underway. Oh, sound healthy. Dean's testing out a few walls at the moment. Who else have we got? About big Keithy Logan and his McLaren. I can tell you that all the rumours out there that they have to use a shoehorn to get Keithy in and out of the McLaren on Monday nights is totally incorrect. They've cut a sunroof in the top of the car and Keithy gets in and out via the sunroof. There you go, Keithy. I have debunked that myth. Oh, that camera, like it might be an issue later on. So, see how we go. And well, who else have we got out there? David Milne for another crack at the GT4s this season. Joined us last season. Milne is he's also in the Merc. But this is Aaron Marsden, one of our new boys this season. So Aaron's sitting on the totem pole. Currently down in 26. Just practice, so he's got plenty of time to find some speed for quali. Oh, this is Ben Singer, currently second in Group B. Ben is actually in the McLaren as well. That he is. Practice is just completed. Boys will be getting out there for their 3 laps, 10-minute solo qualifying. But get some qualifying up. Different. Race director Damo is just explaining this and heads out on track. David Logsdale, or Senior Logsdale as we call him, out on his qualifying. David's only just joined the sim racing world, still learning the ropes. Slowly coming to grips with racing a league with big fields. Doing a good job at the moment. Takes a while to get the hang of things. Meanwhile, the Loshinator, Wayne Losh, out in his Porsche. Don't mind me, I'm just having a beverage while I stream tonight. Got a few purple sectors coming up down the bottom. Actually, let's our timing tower up, and once the boys get a lap in, we should start to see some times come up. Glenn Boyd, as we can see, he's gone purple in the final sector. tweak that. It's better. Let's jump on board with Loshy. Oh, David Milne. See at the bottom, was gone purple in sector 3. Sit with Loshy while he finishes this first flying lap. Oh, it's hit the wall. I don't know whether this lap is actually going to count. Meanwhile, we've got some tyres up. Brett Levis has gone to the top. A 34.4. Looks like Loshy's time didn't count. Jump on board with Trent. Trent's in the Aston Martin. Oh. Don't think he made... Oh, he did. He made contact with the wall there. So, like, Trent's parked it. He's going to go again. Meanwhile, Glenn Boyd, the senior partner in the Boyd racing team. There's Glenn. He's currently sitting 4th, Group A. It's not a bad effort for the old fella. Haven't seen Jack out. If Jack's is Jack with us tonight? Appear that Jack's with us tonight, so it like Glenn is running solo. All right, we're going to have a look at Nathan Carpenter. He's currently leading the Group B class. He's got quite a margin over Matt Tesoriero, who's currently 2nd in class, and Roy Rigg. Oh, just as I say that, Mitch McNaughton now jumps up into 2nd. And down in our Group C, it's actually Nick Nancaro, the Merc, who's got a very tiny margin, around about 3/10. Oh, again. Commentator's curse. John Thorne's now jumped to the top. So it's John Thorne followed by Mick Nancaro. Graham Ellis is down in 3rd and Phil Paradiso in 4th. Glenn Boyd has now jumped to 2nd in Group A, which is a great effort. It's very difficult to overtake at this track, so I'm thinking that qualifying is going to be very important. Really do need to get a good starting spot on the grid. Just sorry about guys, I'm just reading some messages. Boys, okay, well, I've got a bit of time. One of the boys advised me that so in the wrong class, so listen to the elevator music while I quickly fix this up. There we go. Save that. Broadcast a live. Best to be a pro. Okay, let's get back to this qualifying. So Trent Lavis is still on pole in Group A, followed by Glenn Boyd. Henry Fenson now has jumped up to third. Michael Polly is fourth. Brenton Hobson has jumped in and is currently fifth, followed by Cameron Edwards, Dean Logsdale, Moz Moroz, Lee Harrison, and Wayne Losh in 10th. Then in Group B, it's Darren Linus, followed by Mitch McNaughton, Ben Singer, Matt Tesserero, Nathan Carpenter, and David Milne. And in Group C, it's Campbell Hutton, who was the guy I just changed groups for, by the way, followed by John Thorne, Mick Nancaro, Graham Ellis, Ash Stacey, and Phil Paradiso. Sure if there's anyone. Well, Hobbo, we know, very quick at this track. Last time we raced here, he picked up a button box, and it looks like he's Hobbo's gone in the Merc as well in GT4. There, change. Last season he the Porsche, so Hobbo has actually done a deal with the local Merc dealership and found himself a Merc. Going to make it very interesting. Beautifully turned out car as always. Synergy Sim Racing Team always have really nice liveries. Hobbo's still in fourth at the moment. We're just about done with qualifying. We've got about 30 seconds or so left, and I think Hobbo, a few still out there. Cody Harrison in the Pro Karts Merc, like Cody's done. Hobbo hasn't really set the world on fire this lap, so I think he's pretty much done in regards to time. Oh, just got a message from Damo saying it's going to be tight on fuel tonight. Oops. Unlucky. I didn't really about that. All right, so let's have a look and see if we can get the grid up quickly. So it's Trent Lavis on pole, sorry. Glenn Boyd, Lee Harrison, Brenton Hobson, Henry Fenson, Michael Polly, Cam Edwards, Dean Logsdale, Moz Moroz, Wayne Losh, Darren Linus, the first of our Group Bs out of 11, followed by Damien Seeger, quickly over the page, Mitch McNaughton, Benjamin Singer, Keith Logan, Matt Tesserio, Nathan Carpenter, Cody Harrison, and looks like we're going to run out of time, so I will see that and bring up the timing tower so everybody can see where favourite driver is. I'll also bring up the leaders for each of the groups. Damo's just explaining to everybody that there is a fuel shortage, and that's why you're just going to have to suck it up, princesses. Be underway very shortly. Who waiting on a couple to grid up. All right, about ready to go. Lights are on. Oh, it looks like Glenn Boyd got a good start there, and actually has jumped to the lead. Oh no, sorry. Trent never managed to hold on to the lead. It looked like Glenn got the better start, but once the big Aston got itself up and running, managed to hold on to it. So far everybody has got away cleanly. We're not showing any incidents at this stage. And make their way through the twisty tight section. See if I can bring up a track map just so we can keep an eye on where everybody is. There we go. Still very tightly packed field at this stage, which is good, meaning no one's had to return to the pits yet. Oh, Lee Harrison there getting the back wheel of the Aston well and truly off the ground. Quite sedate on the opening lap, which surprises me, although I wonder if this fuel issue that Damo is talking about. Oh, meanwhile back in the pack, it's coming up red. Got a few crashes. David Milne, not sure what's happened here. Oh, he's just looped it on his own and come back across the track. Oh, it's a bit ugly. I think the rest of the field can get through, which it looks like they've done. Strewn front spoilers there. Oh, that's not good. Look, we might have lost 3 cars there. Just trying to see who they were. So it looks like Roy Rigg, Matt Tesserero and David Milne caught up in that incident. We get back to the front, and it's still Trent Laves out in front. He's opened up about a 1.5 second gap now over Glenn Boyd. Well, back in Group B, it's like where is he? This is Darren Linus, currently leading Group B, just ahead of. Got a couple of cars between himself and Ben Singer currently in second. Mitch McNaughton holding down third. Nathan Carpenter in fourth and Steve Templer in fifth in Group B. And back in Group C, it's Nick Nancaro. Managed to jump to the front over John Thorne. Campbell Hutton finds himself down in third. Graham Ellis in fourth at the moment. These guys probably got a little bit caught up in that incident that we saw earlier. So have dropped off a little bit off the front pack, but still some really good close racing in Group C. I think Trent's managed to maintain that gap over Glenn. Lee's getting himself a bit excited. I think jumping on board with Lee. Got Glenn Boyd ahead of him, and that's Hobbo directly behind. Lee's harassing the back of Boydie Senior's Porsche. Said earlier, this is a really tough track to try and get an overtake done on. Pretty much have to be quite a bit quicker to get the job done. And well, Hobbo sets the fastest lap that time around, a 34.8. Well, definitely got some speed. Cameron Edwards and Henry Fenson battling it out for 6th and 7th moment. Well, Henry got a bit loose there out of that turn and just lightly tapped the wall. Should be a 0 contact. Guys have got 18 incidents for each race tonight, but with the championship points the way they are, they really need to try and keep the incidents points down as low as they can. There's bonus points for having a 0x race. There's also bonus points if you can get 6 or less. Once you sort of get 6 to 12, you're into the penalty range. Anything over 12, and that gets really costly. So boys are very mindful of trying to avoid any unnecessary incidents, which helps make the racing not only close, but definitely more exciting, because it opens the championship up a lot more opportunities for people. Meanwhile, out front, Trent Lavis has now opened that gap up to nearly 2 seconds over Boydie. It looks like Hobbo has now jumped in front of Lee Harrison. Got that move done. I have go back and see if we can see how. So it looks like it's at the bottom of the straight. Yeah, Hobbo's just a little bit later on the brakes and got that move done. So he now moves up into third. Well, first of our admins, Loshi, got Mos Moroz directly behind him for company. Oh, someone that get looks like Cameron Edwards. Oh, it looks like Cameron Edwards and Henry Fenson have had a coming together. Henry's tried to make the move. Oh, got into the back of Cam there. Done the right thing and redressed, but it's cost them both a few spots there. Hopefully there's no real damage and they can continue on and finish this race with we're just over halfway now. See how the fuel plays out. Meanwhile, back in Group B, it's still Darren Linus leading from. He's now got Ben Singer right behind him. Ben's managed to get past those other cars and now starting to harass the back of the big Merc. Looks like Mitch McNaughton is a couple of spots back. That might be Keithy Logan, I think. That's it is Keithy Logan that's caught up in this battle at the moment. Be interesting to see whether Keithy tries to get the move done on these boys or is happy to stay there and let them run their race. Said it's a tough track to pass on, so really don't want to be getting in the way if you can help it. Jump on board with Ben. See if we can. There's Keithy in the background. Oh, that's tapped the wall. That's giving Keith a bit of incentive. Is he going to try and make a pass? Looks like Ben's had to run wide. think it's cost Ben too much time, although it's now he's nearly 2 seconds behind Darren. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Trent's pretty much got this race under control. Hobbo's now moved up into second, so he's managed to get through on Boydie as well. Having a look to see where that may have happened. Go back and have a quick look. So, yep, that's the bottom of the back straight. Hobbo's just managed to break that little bit later. I think Glenn's done the right thing and left the door open for him. So, relatively simple move. Can Hobbo chase down Trent? Looks like Trent's coming up on some slower traffic, so it's not over yet. Hobbo might just get lucky. I think that's Logsdale Senior that's just bounced off the wall, which has opened the door. Hobbo's managed to get through there, so it's around about 2.5 seconds. He's bringing both Glenn Boyd and Lee Harrison with him, so he can close that gap. It's going to be an interesting last couple of laps. Stage Trent looks like he's got it well and truly under control. Certainly driving well at the start of this season, Trent. He did well last week at VIR, was unlucky not to win the second race. Just had a small coming together with Jack Boyd on the last lap and dropped him back a few spots, but he's certainly very consistent. And it's actually Lee. No, it's Mosma Roz who set the fastest time that time around. Well, our top 10 in Group A: Trent Levis, Brenton Hobson, Glenn Boyd, Lee Harrison, Michael Polly, Dean Logsdale, Wayne Losh, Moz Moroz, Damien Seeger, currently 9th. Mick Fenson in 10th. In Group B, it's Darren Linus, Ben Singer, Mitch McNaughton, Nathan Carpenter, and Steve Templer. And down in Group C, Mick Nancaro still leads over Campbell Hutton and John Thorne. Graham Ellis currently 4th. Ash Stacey down in 5th down in Group C, as we're on lap 9, so still a couple of laps to go. Oh, got another crasher further back in the pack. This is Ash Stacey. Not sure what's happened here. Gone late in the... Oh, that will be one for the stewards to look at, I'm afraid. Not sure there. Ash tried to hold tough on the outside, but yeah, I'll leave that for the stewards to have a look at. Meanwhile, on lap 10, so about 1.5 laps to go, and Trent has managed to maintain that gap back to Hobbo, who's still got... Hobbo's now got a bit of a gap opening up over Glenn, who in turn has got a gap now back to Lee. Michael Polly, oh, who that was climbing the curb to get out of the way. Might have been Glenn Hill, actually, I think. Mick Polly currently down in 5th. This is Darren Linus. Got about a 1.5 second gap. Yeah, Keithy Logan has Still in between the Group B boys, which is a bit of a pity for these boys because make it very hard for Ben to do anything about challenging Darren at this stage. Boys have all got their group driver group listings in their relatives, so sure they're aware of who they're actually racing against. But, it looks like Keithy's now going to try and get the move done on Darren, which he does. So that, with a lap to go, that brings Ben well and truly back into the race with Darren. We head back up the front. Trent's on his final lap now. See at the top, the session state has gone white, telling us it's a white flag. Last lap. Trent's now got about a 3-second gap over Hobbo, so I wonder if they are struggling a little bit with fuel. Have to check with Damo on that one. Meanwhile, Adam St. John says, good looking broadcast. Thanks, Adam. We do the best that we can with what we've got. Oh, got to move it back in the pack. Looks like Loshy's now jumped up to 6th. Might stick with Trent as he heads down the front straight for the final time. Should greet the checkered flag, and there he is. Hobbo gets home for 2nd. Boydie, Lee Harrison, Big Polly. Loshy should be next across the line. She is. Oh. Sure what's happened there. Somebody came across the line a little bit sideways. No idea what that was. Anyway, as we can see, it looks like Ben Singer actually did get the pass done on Darren Linus. I'm going to go back and see where that happened. So, this is down the long back straight. Looks like Darren might actually, I think Darren may actually be having some of those fuel issues that Damo was talking about. Oh well, that's part of racing, I guess. Just wait for the official results. Hopefully they will get them before the next race commences. Oh, there we go. Quick, let's have a quick. So there's your results for Group A. Trent Lavis, Brenton Hobson, Glenn Boyd, Lee Harrison and Michael Polly. In Group B, Benjamin Singer, Mitch McNaughton, Darren Linus, Nathan Carpenter and Steve Templer. And in Group C, it was Mick Nancaro, Campbell Hutton, John Thorne, Graham Ellis and Phil Paradiso.
Any swearing over text, I don't care what your excuse is, it's just not on. We're here for fun, we don't abuse each other. If you stuff up, that's it. Keep it clean, boys, and just reserve the comms for race control. Cheers, boys.
Just reading the right act in, I believe.
Say something to me at the end of that race day, man. Negative.
Loshi on pole. We've inverted the top 6 for this race, and they are actually often racing. Keep an eye on, like everybody has got through. What's happened to Loshi? Happened to Michael Polly leading from Lee Harrison over Glenn Boyd. Loshi has dropped all the way back to I have no idea what's happened there. Anyway, it's Michael Polly currently leading from Lee Harrison from Trent Lavis, Ben Boyd, Moz Moroz, and Hobbo, and in 6th. See if we can find out what happened there. Oops, somebody was getting a bit sideways. A few of them are tapping the wall. While Michael Polly sets the fastest lap as they commence lap 2. Looks like Lee Harrison is looking to try and make a move around the outside. That may open the door for Trent, who thought about trying to get up the inside there of Lee, but quite get the job done. So still Mick Polly leading. And it's Ben Singer leading Group B over Darren Linus and Nathan Carpenter. And down in Group C, it's Graham Ellis currently in front of John Thorne and Phil Paradiso. Like, it's Dean Logsdale that's got it all out of shape and hit the wall hard. He's done that all on his own, so not sure what happened there. Right, back up the front. It's Mick Polly still leading from Lee Harrison. Bretton Hobson, meanwhile, is up to 5th. Sets the fastest lap previous time round. A bit of banging and clanging in the background. I'm not sure who that was. Someone may have made a bit of contact with the wall. Nick hasn't been able to break away from this group. He's still got Lee harassing him. Trent harassing Lee. I've got another couple of crashes back in the back. This is Logsdale Senior this time. Oh, he's done the same. Oh, and he's collected. I think that was Campbell Hutton on the way through. Definitely shortened the Merc by quite a few feet. And I think that's cooked. Sorry, David's back to the pits. Meanwhile, Lee thinks about trying to get a move done through turn one. Very difficult to pull that off, that section. Now draws alongside Mick down the straight, but that's going to make it very tough to get the overtake done on there. Oh, he's managed to do it. So Lee now takes the lead. Currently Lee Harrison leading from Mick Polly. Trent Lavis third. Glenn Boyd down in fourth. Hobbo fifth. Mosma Roz up into sixth. Cody Harrison doing a nice job up in seventh. Followed by Damien Seeger, Henry Fenson and Cam Edwards. I'm going to jump on board with Hobbo in the big Merc. Oh, I think both of them, I think Boydie and Hobbo both hit the wall that time around. Trouble with that is it slows you down so much. Lose all your momentum. Another crasher and back into pack. This time it's Aaron Marsden. Oh, he's just outbraked himself. Very easy to do on that concrete. Meanwhile, back with Hobbo. Got Mosmoroz all over the back of him now. It's what you call a Porsche sandwich. I think that might be a bit of karma. Changing cars. Wow, it doesn't get any closer than this group of cars. This is some really crazy racing, which is great to see. It looks like meanwhile Trent has got the move done on Michael Polly. Moves himself up to second. Lee's disappeared off up the road. One of those tracks that doesn't seem to favour any one car in particular. I know a few of the boys have said in the past that the Porsche is a little bit lacking on some tracks, but certainly at this track it holds its own. Boydie now looks for a way through on Mick, who's running the defensive line. Boydie's not going to get it done around the outside. Track narrows. Oh, but he's holding it. And Mick's run wide. Kiss the wall. Looks like Boydie. Oh no, Mick's going to hold it. No, Boydie's got it done. Great bit of driving from the boys in Group A. I've been criticised of late for perhaps highlighting Group A boys over the rest of the field, but when the racing's this good, I don't make any apologies. These guys are going 10/10ths at the moment, so it makes for some really great racing. Trent Lavis that time around quite a bit quicker, over half a second quicker than Lee up the front and has really closed that gap down. Again, I wonder if this is fuel related or maybe a bit of damage. You keep tapping the walls enough, the cars do sustain enough damage, it will slow them down. On board with Mick Polly this time. See if Hobbo can get the run down. He's looking. Mick's running that defensive line again. Oh. These guys are pushing it to the absolute limit. Just got a message from the Cobra. He's enjoying the broadcast. Should be on his way back to Queensland after the racing at Phillip Island last weekend. Could have Cobra back out on track sometime, hopefully for the next round even. Those of you who don't know who the Cobra is, that was on Anthony Connors. Oh, meanwhile, Hobbo's managed to get the inside run this time. No, he's not. Closes right up under brakes, but just doesn't seem. Oh, Mick's come off the wall again. These guys are giving it their everything. Meanwhile, Lee up the front, Lee's being absolutely mauled now by Trent, who's closed that gap right down. Oh, meanwhile, Mick spun. That Mick Polly has spun. Is it all of his own, or did he get a touch? No, he's done it on his own. He got loose coming out of the corner, and basically Hobbo had nowhere to go. So, but we could see from that replay that, oh, is that somebody getting out the way? I hope. This is chaos. We're only on lap 8 of 11. Wow, this is. You can say what you like about this track, boys. It certainly produces some great racing. I am keeping an eye on the lower groups in case anything. Oh no, we got a big. What's happened here? This is Loshy. Oh, he's just pulled out of the way. What's happened to Damo meantime? Oh, Damo's got caught up. Oh no, Damo got caught up in the Mick Polly incident. It's robbed him of potentially a good result. Meanwhile, back at the front, the two Astons are still going at it hard and fast. Meanwhile, Glenn Boyd has somehow managed to get ahead of Hobbo. I wonder, trying to see what's gone on in all this chaos. Quite a few crashes happening out there, so I'm not really sure whether that's played in a part in it. But in the meantime, Hobbo is now back to 4th. Osmoroz is up to 5th. Henry Fenson is 6th. Cody Harrison is 7th, still doing a great job. Cameron Edwards has moved up now to 8th. Keithy Logan 9th. Damo's dropped all the way back to 16th after that earlier incident. 2 laps to go. It's still Lee Harrison over Trent Lavis. Glenn Boyd 3rd. Hobbo haven't got any information on what happened to Hobbo in all of that earlier goings on. But hopefully we'll get a chance to chat to the boys after the racing tonight and find out just what has been going on, because this is certainly some crazy stuff. Jump on board with Trent as we're about to start the last lap. Is he going to find a way through on Lee? Lee's driving a little bit defensive, but that's okay. It's the last couple of laps. Meanwhile, both Boydie and Hobbo are in for the party. As we can see out the back, there is nothing separating these four cars. This is probably some of the best racing we've had in the GT4 so far. Absolutely loving it. I know the boys are probably sweating bullets at the moment, but absolutely loving it. They start their last lap. Still Lee leads from Trent Lavis. Boydie still holds that third spot. Hobbo King. Oz Moroz is now up there as well. Oh, Trent looks around the outside. Dives to the inside. Oh, this is side by side. I think Lee's going to have the next corner. Can Trent hold on? I think Trent's done it. He's managed to grab it. Wow. This is some crazy, crazy racing. There's still a nose to tail. Meanwhile, Moz has jumped in. Henry's jumped in. This is our top six. And there is absolutely nothing separating any of them. I think Trent should be able to hold on from here, providing he gets a good exit out of these last two corners. Oh, what a great... Hobbo has jumped... Hobbo has managed to grab third. Wow. Go back and have a quick look and see what happened there. So Hobbo, oh, I wonder if I wonder if this is this whole fuel thing. I have no idea, to be honest, but it certainly is some very interesting racing. Waiting for Bill to complete that. The race. Bill Paradiso coming over the line. Mike Wood. Mike Polly, Big Polly, one of the unlucky ones. Finishing up as well. Boys are going to have a quick 5-minute break now while we get ready for race 3. Which I think we can all appreciate. So we'll be back very, very shortly with race 3.
Boydie. Good race, mate.
Only
Cheers, boys. Leaders over to the winners, Hobbo, Boydies, and all that sort of stuff. Over to the
all right. We should have some people with us.
from
Who have we got? Hobbo, Boydie, and Trent. Guys with us? Hello. That was some really good racing out there tonight, boys. Did that have anything to do with fuel?
Sorry, mate. What was that, mate?
Sorry, who's that?
Mate, I'm Michael Wood. I'm new. I'm not quite sure what that mate's instruction was.
Now, Michael, the guys that
I thought that I thought this was one of your favourite tracks.
to the YouTube channel, and I think have a chat things like that.
Really?
That's not me, so that's okay.
But you always seem to do so well here.
I think might have won my group. You know.
Well, I seem to recall that last Christmas you didn't do too bad.
Yeah, you did, Woody. Got me on the line. Well done.
I've never really listened to that. I don't know how to do that part there. Go out. Sorry, boys. Jump over there, Woods. If you've got the GT4 Discord, just go wait in the green room, and I'll drop through, mate.
And Boydie,
Greg will ask you.
podium. Good, mate. Well done.
56, 690, and 8 for second and third in the class 3. Good, thank you.
Cheers, I'll go.
Yeah, jump over there, mate. I'll drag it down.
So I got to ask, what happened to young Jack? Because I thought I saw him in practice, then I didn't see him in race 1 or 2, and then he sort of popped up in race 3. That explains it. And he had a couple of crashes as well, so his incident points are not going to look that healthy after tonight. Everybody gets a drop round except for Jack. And Trent, I got to ask, mate, what happened in race 3? But yeah, you're having, yeah, I thought you were sort of on for a really good night, and then start of race 3, I'm like, well, who's that? That looked like one of my starts, and then I realised it was actually you. Oh, hang on.
Gotta do it all again, boys.
Apologies to everybody out there in broadcast land. This is what happens when OBS, SDK, and Windows all do an update at the same time. It just keeps turning stuff off. I think, just looking back, it's probably turned my microphone off at some stage as well, but never mind. Okay, let's start again. So, Hobbo, winner of race 3.
Hello, Greg.
Apologies for that.
It's all right. Well, what no one heard means that I'm probably just like you tonight because I had all sorts of trouble when I first joined in with no sound. So at least I'm not the only one tonight.
No, and you were saying earlier how much you love this track.
I adore this track. Yeah, no, not my favourite. If it's not a place that I like to drive, never typically do very well here. Although you rightly pointed out I had some success here, but yeah, not a good track for me. Not one of my favourites, and probably not the right place to come and try a new car for the first time with sound that's not working. So, all things considered, I think tonight was a success.
Yeah, no, you put together 3 solid races, so points are certainly going to help. As we heard, the
solid part about the night might be null and void because I hit the wall pretty solid a few times in the first couple of races, so the incident points weren't looking too good.
So, yeah, but that's the interesting thing because in the GT3s last night, I noticed that hitting the wall didn't really give you incident points. They all sort of came up as 0 incidents. So,
well, the thing is, they weren't hitting them hard enough, Greg. I made sure to get some tonight.
I'll look forward to seeing that. And Glenn Boyd, second. Another good night of solid points.
Yeah, as I said before, whenever Jack's not here, I reckon I can just about cash in.
Yeah,
so if only to happen more often.
No, you did really well tonight. A couple of times I thought you might have come under severe pressure, but no, especially race 3, you managed to even get a bit of a gap there towards the end.
Yeah, I knew once Hobbo, basically it was, let Hobbo go and then try and hang on and try and fight Lee. That was always going to be a big issue, like we're keeping him where he needs to be, which is behind. Hey, Lee. and then you're just trying to manage that gap. And also, of course, being a fuel-saving race, I'd already used race 1 as basically a measure to see where I come out in the second last turn to where the fuel was. And the first one, I made it across the line before it guzzled. And then race 2 ran out. And then I knew race 3 was going to be tight. So basically the strategy was just to come onto the last lap, full throttle, get the biggest gap as possible. And we knew it was going to die. And roll over the line. So all in all, good night.
I'm interested in this whole fuel saving thing because in the background, I mean, obviously we're doing a little bit with the GT3s, but in the background, I actually had a couple of witnesses the other day, which was great. But I did a quick test session at VIR in the GT4s, and they actually had rain, physical rain. When I went out on track, no windscreen wipers, no wet tyres, but I'm curious as to whether these fuel issues now are part of this whole rain update thing because it's weird. Having done tests earlier, sort of pre-season, I assumed that we would have plenty for, that's why I dropped it from 12 to 11 thinking, well, we'll have a bit of leeway, but it seems that even that wasn't enough, so apologies for that.
No, that's okay. It's just the way it goes. But the fuel was pretty much an issue all race. I pretty much knew that I couldn't attack. If you watch me driving, I'll rev that Porsche out to the nth degree of its life. And there's a big difference between not doing that, your track speed, and how much fuel you're using. So, it's unfortunately it takes you out of the equation, but that's all right. I don't mind if the car's got 10 more litres than what it needs to. But no, it was a good racing all the same. And thanks, boys. And
Trent Lavis has joined us. Trent obviously tried to save fuel at the start of race 3 by not putting it into gear, but overall, Trent, not a bad night's racing for you.
Yeah, like I was saying before we had the mics on, but can only blame myself for that bugger up on the start of race 3. And once again, I apologise to the guys that were using me as a removing chicane at the start there. They did well to avoid me, and luckily enough, I think I had a 0 incident night tonight too, which was a win. And had good pace in the old Aston, bouncing around, jumping all over the curbs. So those first 2 races were great fun. Watching the second race was great fun. Coming up there through the field there, and that race with Lee at the end, and I sort of tagged him at turn 3, and I'm like, oh no, and I started spinning him around, and I straightened him up the best I could, and then held up poor Gleno, but. No, it was a good fun race, bit of Rubbins race. It's always good fun, and good clean racing with the boys as always.
Yeah, no, it was certainly great for the broadcast, that's for sure. And we've got Darren Linus in here who managed to grab the win in race 3, Darren. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. As everybody said, fuel saving made it very interesting tonight. I wasn't expecting how much fuel I actually needed to save in the first race, so I was coming first and then got to the second to last lap and went, oh no, we're not going to make the finish line. I was obviously pushing pretty hard and that didn't help. But yeah, learned my lesson. Second race, came out second, third race first, so all good.
Yeah, no, overall a good night's racing. And apologies, who is Woodman?
That would be me. That's Michael Wood.
Oh, sorry, Michael. I'm
Yeah, right, mate.
I'm looking at the name and thinking, yeah, I'm trying to work out all these nicknames, but I'm not very good at.
No, that's cool. No, well, I'm pretty new to this whole thing. So I'm very aware that there's some very quick drivers out there, like pretty much everybody else. So my thing is trying not to cause an incident with those quick guys. I don't want to spoil their night. It's a bit difficult trying to figure out the person behind you, whether that's somebody you should be on par with, or it's somebody that you're just holding them up. So, but no, that was one of the best races I've ever had. It was race 3. There was 3 or 4 of us at one stage. Did several laps as a bit of a train, and it was just great.
You certainly did well in, especially in race 3. Get home in second in Group C, which is a great effort. All right, we'll go back to the top. Hobbo, who you want to, or you know the drill. Who are you going to thank?
Let's see. I'll tell you what. I'll thank Jack for not turning up, and I'll thank everybody else who did. I'll thank the race admins that put in the hard work to give us a fun thing to do here on a Monday night, and of course, a big thanks to you, Greg, for putting on a broadcast for us.
Well, we try. As I said, we might have had a few technical issues tonight, but hopefully there was enough out there for people to enjoy. And Boydie?
Yeah, just want to send all the good vibes to all the admins and you yourself, Greg, for the stream. I really love the stream, like watching it at the end. All the guys who are racing with us, it's good to hear that Michael there had a good race and a good experience. That's welcome. And and cheers to the #1 fan. Thanks, boys.
No worries. And Trent?
Yeah, just like to thank yourself for putting all this on, and the admin team, mate. It's always great fun, and I like the mix of races and strategies and lots of stuff. I quite enjoyed that fuel save spanner in the works tonight. I think it's sort of to be able to attack and defend while saving a bit of fuel is a pretty cool skill to have. I know Hobbo will agree with me on that one because he's the king of it. But I'd also like to thank the Aussie Race boys, Bailey Ladders and Lobesy Racing, boys got my back, and the other boys for a really great night of racing. It's really good fun racing these guys.
No worries. And Darren?
Yeah, cheers, Greg. I'd like to thank yourself, the admin team, all the guys in my Discord. Yeah, we've done a bit of practice and it's made us all a bit better. So I'd just like to thank all of them, all the sponsors as well. Yeah, thank you. Everybody that raced around us as well. Had a really clean night, so thank you very much.
No worries. And Michael, anyone you want to thank in particular?
Yourself, mate. And is it? I'm not sure of his first name. Is it Darren Seeger?
Damien. Yeah. Damo. Yeah.
Damien.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do a lot of work. You in particular, mate. I think you got to realise you can't please everybody all the time, but you're pleasing the majority of people, and I certainly having a great time. I really appreciate this. I gave up on iRacing a year ago because I found it too depressing. But this has brought it back to life for me. So thanks very much.
That's great to hear. And yeah, as I've always said, we're not perfect by any stretch. We just do what we can with what we've got. I know there's probably other leagues out there that are far more professional than what we are, but as I've always said, I'm a sort of person that does things. I try to be as perfect as what I can, and sometimes I know I can be a little bit hot-headed, but at the end of the day, all I really want to see is everybody out there on track and having some fun. It's great to see Hobbo back racing with us again. I mean, I do miss him in the broadcast because his help has certainly been something that I've really appreciated, but it's also great to have him out on track as well. Boydie for supporting us pretty much from the get-go. Both Glenn and Jack have been there and always have positive things to say, so really appreciate that. Darren has been Darren is actually one of our originals. Came on board right at the start and has stuck with us through thick and thin. Just for a little bit of added info, a bit of a scoop if you like, Darren's actually helping me set up a website at the moment, so Rumble Racing will have its very own website hopefully sometime in the near future. So we're always looking to try and improve things, and hopefully that'll be just another improvement.
But it's great as is. It really is.
No, I appreciate those sentiments. All right, guys. On that note, I think we'll close tonight's broadcast and look forward to seeing everybody back next week when we go to another one of Hobbo's favourite tracks.
Dare I even ask?
We're at the Gilles Villeneuve circuit, Hobbo.
Oh, that's actually a ripper. I'm keen.
Okay. Unlucky. So if you're out there listening, Jack, it's one of Hobbo's favourites, so you're going to have your work cut out. All right, guys, thanks again for joining us tonight, and we'll hopefully see you all again next Monday night. We'll run round 3 from the Gilles Villeneuve circuit in Canada. Until then, enjoy your sim racing,